Japan is known for anime and good food, so what better place to visit than an anime cafe? Yo guys, I'm at the Project Sekai Sanrio Collab Cafe in Japan. Now, if you're not familiar with an anime cafe, you might be a bit confused on what they are. A cafe selling anime goods, a store serving anime food, advertising for an anime. The answer is all of the above. Not to be confused with a Maid cafe. No, we're not that degenerate yet. An anime cafe is usually when a cafe chain works with an anime series to sell limited time food and goods. And you get a free item, usually a card or coaster, when you order a menu item or spend a certain amount. Now, what's so special about these little cardboard circles? You see, you don't get to choose the coaster you want. No, that'd be too easy. Every time you buy something, the coaster you get is random. It's like opening a pack of Pokemon cards or a loot box in a video game. Not only do you get to indulge yourself on anime food like a fat fuck, you get to enjoy the highs of gambling addiction in real life. Now, as a true degenerate hiki-neet otaku with a daily rotation of 7 gachas, this is right up my alley. Which brings us back to day 4 and where we started. Now, I could tell you about how I've never played Project Sekai before, but I actually started after visiting the cafe, so I'll just throw out that this is the 3rd anime cafe I've been to today. So now you might be wondering, why have I been to 3 anime cafes in one day? What, is there something wrong with an introverted hiki-neet weeaboo cafe hopping alone on a Wednesday afternoon? Yeah, don't answer that. Either way, 2 days ago, I said this. And as for tomorrow, I somehow ended up with a reservation to a Dress Up Darling Cafe, an Idolmaster Cafe, a Call of the Night exhibit, and a Project Sekai Sanrio Collab Cafe. That was a lie. It wasn't for tomorrow, but the day after 2 days ago's tomorrow, which is today. So as for how we got here, we'll have to rewind a bit to my actual 3rd day in Japan. Welcome to the 109 building in Shibuya. It has currently been hijacked by Hello Kitty. This historical building, covered by many anime, is the hub for yokyas and paripi, the greatest adversaries to us hiki-neets. Now, why is the Great Extroverts Tower currently hijacked by Hello Kitty? It just happens to be Sanrio's 50th anniversary this year, and how about that? Proseka is also having their Sanrio Collab Cafe this year, 9 months after the event has ended here in Japan, and I wonder if that's the reason why. To be honest, I have no clue, but probably. Now, the real reason I'm in Shibuya is for breakfast. Looking for a spot called Negishi right now. I think it's a somewhat popular Japanese chain, but I have no idea. I saw it on YouTube Shorts, so now I'm looking for it out in the wild. Yo, it's right there. This is Negishi Shibuya Koendori branch. Does the specific branch name matter? Probably not, but here's the Shirotan meal set. For 1,850 yen, this is honestly ridiculously expensive for Japan. Probably even more expensive than anime collab food. And it was just alright. 7 out of 10. Now, remember when I told you that it was Hello Kitty's 50th anniversary this year? Or was it Sanrio? To be honest, who cares? At the corner of the world legendary Shibuya crossing, I stumbled across this. Yeah, a Hello Kitty pop-up event with a free gift and a projector map room display thing. I just randomly walked in, followed the arrows, and got a free Hello Kitty fan. First Azur Lane Fest, and now this. What is it with all these free events in Japan just celebrating a series without robbing its fan base blind? Like, Japan is good at robbing us blind, but they're also good at treating us to some damn good service. Like, I have not paid a dime or done anything other than just walk up to enjoy Azur Lane Fest or get this free Hello Kitty fan. Now, given that this is on the corner of Shibuya Crossing, literally one of the busiest places in the entire world, it probably does double up as promotion or advertising for Hello Kitty or Sanrio, but they already covered the entirety of the 109 building, and they weren't even selling anything here, unlike Azur Lane Fest. So clearly I'm just missing something here, or Japan's marketing is just on another dimension compared to the rest of the world. Now, the rest of the building here on the corner seem to be dedicated to pop culture, with floors dedicated to cosplayers, anime music and J-pop artists, eStream funnily enough, but I suppose their other name is Shibuya Scramble Crossing, so makes sense, a luxury Pokemon card lounge, and a general anime goods store on the top floor. Now, I must say, the Oshinoko merch was definitely tempting. By now, you're probably wondering, what's an introverted otaku really doing in Shibuya with no plans? Surely I didn't mean to hit up a bunch of Hello Kitty displays while having a 1 p.m. breakfast, and you'd be absolutely right. Yeah, I just ended up here by total coincidence, so it's time to hit up our true destination, Akihabara, the holy city. Yeah, we already did that bit in the last video. Now, you might remember on the first day when I was Kiritoing 2 of my suitcases around Akiba, we only got to hit up 2 buildings, so it's time to truly check out the holy city again. Now, here's the Yostar store, the store for a Chinese publisher for Chinese and Korean gacha games with a flagship store in the center of Weeb City, Japan. I must say, this is one hell of a premium spot for any store to have, much less a Chinese publisher. It is literally 10 feet away from the ticket gates to a major station, and for a depressing side note, I genuinely don't think that this would be economically viable for any Japanese gacha developer or publisher out there. Like, I'm pretty sure the only 2 Japanese gacha games matching CN gacha numbers right now are Proseka and FGO. I'm sorry, Japan, but you need to step up your gacha game, man. But yeah, they had a cafe in the store where you can get some gacha game drinks, and there are drinks for Azur Lane, Mahjong Soul, Arc Knights, and Blue Archive. I ended up getting Aru's Hardboiled Sparkling, which was some kind of sparkling grape juice, and it was pretty good. 7.5 out of 10. By the way, the Yostar store has a really cool display. Now, you might remember during my room tour, I mentioned I wanted one of these, and I still do, but it's very expensive. By the way, am I the only one who thinks this way? Like, none of my friends, I just realized I barely have any friends. Like, I have not spoken to a friend IRL since the start of 2025. Damn. Probably why I'm on this trip alone. Either way, none of my friends actually want one of these. So is it just me? I don't know, but I really like cool shit. And this right here is some pretty cool shit. Like, imagine waking up every day and having not just a picture or poster on your wall, but a video of cute anime girls flying around your room all day, every day. Mark my words, one day I'll have a giant edgeless advertising board in my room advertising random gacha games all day. Okay, that was like 10% of the video spent on the Yostar store alone, so we're gonna pick it up a notch. Right now, I'm in the tunnel through the station. Yostar is on left side, main Akiba stuff is on right side. To avoid paying to go through the station again, there's a tunnel under the platform. And now we're out. Today we're skipping the radio building and gamers and going straight to the true heart and soul of weeb culture. Visual novel shopping at Trader 2. But the insides of the store probably aren't allowed on YouTube, so here's a video of Kotobukiya instead. If you don't know what Kotobukiya means, welcome aboard. Neither do I. But as far as my Japanese understanding goes, Bukiya means weapon store. Pretty cool. But they're actually a toy company and they made these figures. Also, there was a floor pretty much dedicated to VTubers, and this was a trend I've been noticing across anime goods stores and even game centers like this Gigo behind me. VTubers were not that big of a thing 4 years ago, and these definitely did not exist. I like VTubers as much as the next person, but they've kind of overwhelmed a lot of the traditional anime sections, and it's kind of sad to see the anime landscape built up over the decades quietly being replaced by gacha and VTubers like this. Oh yeah, there was also a Spice and Wolf pop-up at the top of Kotobukiya. Nearby, there's also a G store and a Collab Maid Cafe, I think. I'm not really sure what this is, but I did not expect to see Higurashi Maid Cafe collab goods. I think there was a Love Live collab going on, and now that I think about it, I wonder why I didn't just go in. Look, I found a Mega Miku. I wanted it, but it's 100,000 yen. Okay, here's a visual novel store I can't show you. The Yuzusoft Store. This place was surprisingly hard to find because they're on the second floor and the trees literally cover up all signs at this place. If there are 3 pillars to the Bishoujo Gay scene, it would have to be Yuzusoft and Ki. So who's the third? I don't know. 3 just sounded better than 2. Now, I don't know how Yuzusoft got this big, but I suppose their heavy focus on MOA and characters makes it pretty suitable for them to have their own store. And across the street, we have the Key Visual Art Store. Funny, I just mentioned them. Makes sense that Summer Pockets is the highlight of the store right now, since the anime adaptation is just around the corner, and it is their best work. But the store was actually so deserted, it kind of creeped me out a bit. Or maybe it's the decor. I don't know. It kind of felt like someone set up a Bishoujo game store in the back rooms. Right next door, it's Animate. Not too much to talk about on Animate's side, but there was a bunch of other stores in the building as well, like another Yostar store on the top floor. This one is definitely more variety goods focused than the station front store. And I also found 2 copies of the 10th anniversary edition of Tsubahibi. Pretty rare find, but guys, it's 70,000 yen. Jesus Christ. And that brings day 3 to a close. And yes, that breakfast at Negishi for 1,800 yen was my only meal of the day. Oh yeah, here's the haul for today. And I did mean it when I said we were visual novel shopping. I just couldn't show it on camera. And the free Azur Lane stickers from the fest yesterday, look at the price. There's already 23 bids. Starting off day 4, it's an otaku's breakfast staple, ramen. By the way, it sucked. Can you look at me in the eyes and tell me that this is not the most picture-perfect day ever? Like, damn, I didn't even know the sky went that shade of blue. Yo, there's Pokemon food. Today we're going to Ikebukuro. Is Facial out right now? Damn, this feels really weird since Casters is about to run, but I'm literally feeling a generational HSR gap right now. Okay, so Ikebukuro. Now, Ikebukuro is to the woman otaku as Akihabara is to all otakus, I guess. I really don't know where the analogy was going, but basically there's a greater focus to the Joshi otakus here in Ikebukuro. There's Otome Road, aka Maiden Road, way more handsome men and BL doujinshi around here, and of course, all the butler and anime cafes, which is also why we're here today. Our first stop is the Dress Up Darling Cafe. The collab took place at Emo Cafe, and they were hidden on the 8th floor of some narrow building. Look at how narrow this elevator is. And here's the cafe. The dining area was closed, so I was actually just standing in the entrance the whole time they made my food, and I had a bit of miscommunication with the cashier. I was told they were all out of collab items, which I misunderstood as they were all out of collab everything, including the freebies. So I just bought a drink, the Neon China Pink, and left with my freebie, which they had. If I knew that they still had coasters and free gifts remaining, I would have bought more food. But yeah, and the drink was just okay, like a 6 out of 10. Since there was some time to kill before the Idolmaster and Poseka cafes, I decided to stop by Animate. Now, Animate Ikebukuro is definitely a lot nicer than Animate Akihabara. The floor plans are a lot wider, the displays are a lot cooler, and they had little exhibits like this Blue Archive one, an army of have Blue Archive character cutouts taking up a giant corner of this floor just to advertise that the Blu-ray was coming out. Not gonna lie though, it was pretty cool, and they had a section for fan drawings and a free stamp thing you could take home. And on the 7th floor, Hololive had their 7th anniversary exhibit. Now, has it really been 7 years since Hololive started? I don't know. Somehow Hololive is as old as Azur. That is news to me. Aside from that, they just had a few life-size cutouts inside showcasing members from each generation, and videos weren't actually allowed, so I only have live photos, which I didn't even know was a thing, but hey, I'm just glad for the footage. After leaving Anime, I found this super cutesy yet ominous looking basement store, and it kind of creeped me out, so I didn't have the courage to enter. Now we're at the Sunshine Building, hosting the Kotoyama exhibit, or pretty much the Call of the Night exhibit. For something on the 60th floor of a building, the decor was quite on point. The first room was dedicated to Kotoyama's other series, the Gashikashi, but the rest was obviously Call of the Night. If I had to describe it, it's pretty much a museum or an art exhibit. Gee, I wonder why. Now, more surprising than the exhibit itself is this view. Remember when I said earlier in the video, picture perfect view? Look at this beautiful view. Does it not make you want to tear off your shoes and run feet out across this turf and jump out the window? Yeah, me too. The whole thing is practically just a community park just on the 60th floor of a building. For some reason, there's a Marvel store at the base level with a life-size Iron Man and a raccoon. And is it me or does it look strangely like an airport shop? And what do you know, we're at the Anime Cafe. There are literally 3 of these in the same building, and somehow it's not even the building we have reservations to. A Durarara vending machine next to a bunch of Hot Men Genshin displays next to an Iono cosplay on the side of the street. Man, I love Japan. Yeah, remember when I told you that Ikebukuro is more appealing to the woman otaku? Where else would you find this many life-size cutouts of hot anime dudes posing and kissing each other? Sorry BL fans, but I did a U-turn, so I guess I'll never know what was inside. Down this dungeon-looking staircase is Mandarake Ikebukuro. Now, why are we at Mandarake? I don't know. The entrance was cool. And it's finally time for our cafe reservations. Hey look, another anime cafe. Welcome to the Idolmaster Collab Cafe. I can't really tell you who's what or what Idolmaster is since I've never played any of them, but they got cute decor, cute foods, and cute drinks, so I'll take it. Here's a quick look at the translated menus and how the cafe works. For every food item you order, you get a random coaster from 15. For every 2,000 yen you spend, you get a random clear photo card. You can also buy goods, and after eating, people usually go around and trade with each other for the characters they want. First, I got Arisa Mochida's Pink Usako-chan Latte. Yeah, this is a drink and not a cupcake. I also got one of the coasters I wanted. No idea who she is though. And it was a 6 out of 10 because I don't like coffee. I got it because it's cute. Next, I got Karo Ryuzaki's strawberry milk with strawberry daifuku, and I got the other coaster I wanted because damn, my luck is great. And although I hate coffee, strawberry milk is my #1 drink of choice. So strong 9 out of 10. Next, we have Kanzaki Ranko's afternoon tea set, which comes with 2 coasters that I didn't really care for. It was half food and half sweets with some kind of tea, and the taste was just fine, so nothing incredible, a respectable 7 out of 10. And lastly, we have Nana's Special Bunny Cake. This was excellent too. Pretty much a strawberry cake. A solid 8 out of 10. The atmosphere of the Idolmaster Cafe was very chill and definitely felt very relaxed since the reservations weren't maxed out. Everyone was just willing to trade, super nice, and genuinely just seemed to like Idolmaster. A stark difference from the next cafe. And here's all the goods I got from the cafe. I bought 1 acrylic for the memories and got a miss, but someone was nice enough to trade me for a character I wanted, which was nice. Immediately after, we have our reservations to the Proseka Sanrio Collab Cafe. Now, this cafe was bigger, the shop was bigger, the displays were bigger. Everything about it was bigger than the M.S.S cafe, and every reservation for every day was booked out. I don't even know how I managed to get this reservation because I didn't even know the game existed. Here's a quick look at the menu and how the cafe works. There are 26 chibi coasters and you get 1 for each menu item you order. For every 2,000 yen you spent, you got a holographic character coaster, also from set of 26. So there was a grand total of 52 different coasters. Yeah, getting whoever you wanted first try would take a miracle. Each table had different unit mats, and I got seated at one with a Wonderland Showtime mat. Best unit. First up, I had Wonderland Showtime Make Everyone Smile cinnamon roll stew, and it was fair, pretty much just normal bread, cream stew, and a salad. And I didn't notice this at first, but there was a fruit fly crawling under my bread. That kind of sucks. Fair 6 out of 10. The food, by the way, not the fruit fly. Then I got Rainbow Apple Parfait with Virtual Singer and Hello Kitty. This was crazy cool with the miku inside the glass, and it tasted great and looked huge, but was actually pretty small. I think this is the first 10 out of 10. Then I had the colorful afternoon tea with Sanrio characters. This was pretty much like the afternoon tea set from M.S.S, 2 coasters and 2 layers, but this one was all cakes and sweets. To be honest, I think they did it better than M.S.S, and it tasted pretty solid. A strong 8 out of 10. By the way, I am literally about to explode at this point. I have been snacking on high-calorie cakes and food for the past 2 hours straight. Now, the atmosphere inside the Proseka Cafe was kind of serious. If M.S.S was chill art class, Proseka was AP Chem. Everyone was just locked in, and I don't even know what for. A bunch of groups were in, and a very few of them wanted to walk around and trade, so it ended up being pretty awkward for a lot of us attending solo or in pairs of 2. I only really got got to trade with the pair sitting next to me, two shady looking girls wearing sunglasses inside the cafe, but they ended up being really nice and gave me a miku coaster for free. They didn't even want anything in exchange, so thank you, Sunglass Girl. Now, if you watch my shorts on this cafe, you might be wondering, how did I get all of this if nobody was trading and I only bought a few things? That's because I had to go throw up right after the cafe ended, noticed an open reservation in the bathroom, and got a second booking. And now we're back. This time I was seated at a more jump table and got the loner-neet and pom-pom prince Starry Sky Carbonara. Pretty much a pasta in a jar. The flavor was just mediocre and it was really hard to eat, 5 out of 10. Then I got Wonderland Showtime Cotton Candy White Water. Kind of unique and funky, but honestly pretty fair, 7 out of 10. More jump with Sanrio characters Muscat Peach Drink. It was pretty good, kind of like a peach soda, so it also gets a 7 out of 10. The atmosphere second time around was a lot better and way more people were open to trading, and I got to trade tons. Lots of people were looking for the Toyo coasters, which I ended up with 2 of, and some even offered to trade 2 coasters just for him. I ended up trading both away to people who really wanted him, and pretty much ended up with everyone I wanted, except Emu. To be fair though, I didn't even know who Emu was at that point, so it is what it is. And now that I've actually played Proseka, I'm actually so disappointed I didn't try any of the N25 foods. Now, if you're wondering on top of that how I got every single chibi coaster, there's actually a stamp bonus where you get 1 stamp for every 2,000 yen you spend, and for 15 stamps, you can trade your card in for a full coaster set from any anime cafe. Yeah, I spent 30,000 yen on anime food, but honestly, worth. Also, I really wish they sold some of these life-size tapestries because I would have bought them all. M.S.S sold theirs, but unfortunately, Project Sekai never did. And none of these tapestries ended up on auction either, so they're probably sitting in a warehouse somewhere. And that wraps up day 4, and here's the haul. Somehow I ended up at a wedding venue hosting an EV collab right after this, then ran over to Kyoto to walk through a mountain before hitting up a Blue Archive cafe in Harajuku. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my life either, but if you're in Japan, I would Google collab cafes because they're definitely more fun than normal restaurants. And that brings day 3 and 4 to a close, so I guess I'll see you guys around.